To the class of 2021, congratulations. I'm Anne Curzan, Dean of the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, and I'm honored to get to be here today to celebrate this momentous occasion with you and your support team, your family and friends and mentors and classmates, and everyone else who's helped you get here. And we're live here in Ann Arbor. We wanted to celebrate with you in real time. You have worked incredibly hard to get here. And the last year and a half during the COVID-19 global pandemic has required you to face often staggering adversity. I know that for many of you, there have been losses for your families, for you, your families, and friends. And there has been trauma and hardship beyond what I can capture here, given all that has been happening in this country and around the world. You have persevered and you have gotten here to your graduation. This is a moment when we get to pause and recognize that this is a life moment. You have now earned your degree from the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts at the University of Michigan. And on behalf of the LSA faculty, I congratulate you. At this life moment, I also encourage you to take the time to thank all of the people in your life who've been there, both when the going was good and when it got rough. Those people and those relationships are one of the most important gifts in a life. I'm trained as a linguist, and I wanted to start these remarks today with an observation about the English language. In English, there is a notable ambiguity with the pronoun you. We used to make a distinction in English between the singular and the plural. We had thou for the singular and you for the plural. But now, you does the work of both. It is both singular and plural. Now, of course, there are varieties of English that have the very useful pronouns such as y'all and yins, but that is a story for another day. Given this ambiguity in English, when I'm speaking to quote unquote you today in these remarks, it's possible to sit back and think that I'm talking to the collective you, all of LSA graduates, and let the words just wash over you, thinking that I'm really talking to somebody else. But actually, I'm talking to each and every one of you, to the singular you, to you who is graduating this weekend with this remarkable degree and getting ready for the next chapter, whatever that chapter will hold. And as an aside here, I do want to say that I believe that a life well lived has many chapters. And the chapter after college is just the next chapter. It's not the rest of the book. As you leave the College of Literature, Science, and the Arts, I'm urging you to hold on to a disposition that you have been nurturing during your time here, one that we can take for granted and never should. Stay curious. That's it. Stay deeply, wondrously, piercingly curious. I know that sounds easy, but often as we learn more and as we get older, we can act like we already know enough, or it can be easier to talk with only people who agree with us, or it can feel almost scary to explore things we don't know, to admit that we don't know everything already. Why does it matter so much to stay deeply, wondrously, piercingly curious? First, it's because the probing questions that drive us to new solutions and allow us to reimagine the world are deeply curious questions. They're not the gotcha questions designed to trip somebody up or show how smart we are. You've seen those questions. Those questions do not change the world. The hard questions that you have been trained to ask during your time in LSA are piercing because they come from a place of wondering why this thing in the world that we take for granted is the way that it is. To ask, what if we think about it in a different way? What does history tell us? What does science tell us? What do my own experiences tell us? You have the training from your liberal arts and sciences degree to be the person at the table who is asking those piercing, deeply curious questions, those questions that make people pause and actually rethink. Your questions, singular you. Second, in staying curious, there is joy, and that matters. May you never lose your sense of wonder at human creativity and the human mind. May you continue to feel awe at the human ingenuity that allows us to explore the vastness of the universe and the microscopic cell. May you continue to enjoy the beauty of a line of poetry or random linguistic facts. I just had to throw that in because random linguistic facts are truly joyful. May you always give yourself permission to learn more, just to follow your own curiosity. And then here's a final reason why staying deeply, wondrously, piercingly curious is so important. It allows you to continue to understand the world from perspectives that are different from your own. I truly believe that this is one of the most important and one of the most difficult skills to hone over a lifetime. It is also the definition of empathy. Empathy is a skill, and it requires curiosity about the lives of others. One of the things we need as a world right now is more empathy. And I recognize that that statement can feel so global as to feel almost meaningless. But I would urge you to remember that the world becomes more empathetic one individual at a time. And this brings me back to the singular you. Every day, each one of us has choices. And one of those choices is to be curious about, to care about the experiences of other people, past, present, and future. To choose empathy. And here's the thing, that in choosing empathy, there is hope. Because positive social change doesn't happen spontaneously, although we can sometimes act like it does. It is cumulative, individual decisions to care about other people and their well-being. It is the individual decision to fight for racial justice, no matter your racial identity. It is the individual decision to find ways to lead a more sustainable life on this planet, even if you have not yet directly been harmed by climate change. It is the individual decision to work for more access to education, to healthcare, to social mobility, no matter what your job is and how much access you already have. And one of the wondrous things is that every one of our decisions has the power to inspire others. Here in LSA, you have been honing your skills in rigorous experimentation and analysis and in empathy. We care so much about empathy alongside rigor because we know that it empowers you not only to thrive in the complex, diverse world in which we live, but also to make that complex, diverse world a more just one. We here at your alma mater look forward to cheering you on, each one of you, with your curiosity as you reimagine and reshape the world. We could not be more proud of each of you, each member of the incredible, resilient class of 2021. Now, at this point in the program, I get to join you as we listen and learn from others who have prepared words of wisdom for you. And to introduce our next speaker, I'm going to turn things over to my co-MC today, Aidan Sova. Aidan Sova is a graduating senior at the University of Michigan studying communication and media. He currently serves as Washtenaw County's newest Human Rights Commissioner, member of the State of Michigan's Coronavirus Community Action Task Force, and member of the Legal Services Corporation's Emerging Leaders Council. Recently, Aidan was also a recipient of the Martin Luther King Jr. Spirit Award. After graduation, he will stay in Ann Arbor to work for Google. Aidan, I'm so pleased that you can be here to celebrate your fellow graduates today. It is so nice to be here with another three-dimensional human. So I am now going to put my mask back on, and I'm going to turn the microphone over to Aidan Sova.